Hello, welcome to the Midnight Memo.
Hello.
I'm Kristen.
I'm Claire.
We're going to change things up a little bit today. Usually we bring our random late night wanderings, ponderings, and contemplations to you, but today we're gonna switch it up and we're gonna do a little bit of a Am I the Asshole thread. Usually we don't do this, and I don't know if we'll really make this a thing. It was just more of a suggestion to us in one of our recent Instagram lives. And I think it's very interesting and very fun. I love watching it when I see it on social media. And I always have so many things to say. So we're going to try our hand at it for this one time, maybe occasional thing. But
yeah, if it goes well, then we could make it maybe a reoccurring segment every once in a while. But yeah, let us know.
Alrighty. Are you ready, Claire?
I am.
I would love to hear. I'm ready to tell you a story.
Tell me all the stories.
And this thread that I found is called Am I the Asshole for Getting My Pregnant Coworker in So Much Trouble She May Lose Her Job and Paid Maternity Leave? Right off the bat, I'm so curious what a person could do to get them fired and lose their maternity leave.
Yeah, I can't even theorize. Like, what would she have done? Like, maybe if she's getting fired off, then obviously the maternity leave goes with it. But
yeah, if you're getting fired, yeah, yeet on that, my guy.
Yeah. I'm like trying to think, maybe like explore the different types of jobs. Like if it was retail, maybe she stole something, or if it's like a corporate, I don't know. Maybe it's like
it doesn't explicitly say, but it kind of sounds like a corporate job from what I could tell. But it does not say.
Okay, let's see more. Listen to more.
All right, let's hear him out. I, 28 male, met M, we're going to call this person M for all intents and purposes, who is 24 female, on a dating app 3 years ago. At this time, I had recently landed a paid apprenticeship in a profession I truly love. We found out she was also hired for the same apprenticeship, and we would be in a class together. We went on a date, and it went normal. We went back for drinks, and we took a bus back. Her father would pick her up in my town. Since it took about half an hour for her dad to arrive, we took a seat on a bench near the bus stop and continued talking and ended up making out for a short time. At the start of our interaction, I warned her that I would not appreciate it if coworkers got involved. This was exactly what happened, and I made it clear I didn't want to continue due to constant interference of her team. I still believe she kept silent.
Wait, what?
Wait, what?
Like...
Okay, wait, I'm going to read that again. Let me read that paragraph again. Excuse me. At the start of our interaction, I had warned her that I would not appreciate it if coworkers got involved. This was exactly what happened, and I made it clear I didn't want to continue due to constant interference of her team. I still believe she kept silent. So it sounds like they started seeing each other and then coworkers were getting involved.
So like he didn't want people at work to know that they were dating? Is that...
It sounds like it, yes.
Okay.
Like maybe they went on this first date and then maybe they went on, this is very assumptionist to me, but it sounds like maybe they went on at least another date, or like we're thinking about this possible relationship, but he wanted to keep coworkers separate.
Okay.
But somehow they got involved.
So it seems like they went on the date, they were at the bus, whatever, started making out, wanted to go on a date. Then he was like, okay, I want to see you, but at the same time, since we work together, I don't want coworkers getting involved.
And then they did. That's what it sounds like.
But involved how? Like just knowing that they're dating? Because then he was like, but she kept silent. Like what?
Yeah. So maybe her team got nosy. Nothing, that's not clear at this point. But let's see. So he says, contact watered down, but we kept texting from time to time since we were still classmates and didn't want to make it awkward and lose the chance to vent to each other about school/work. Kind of questionable for me there, but okay.
Yeah.
Fast forward 3 years, and I got my diploma after lots of issues stemming from rumors. At this time, I still believe she's on my side and was just informing me at this point. She and I blame her coworkers and speak extremely negatively about them.
I feel like I'm more confused than before. So they wanted to keep their relationship separate from school and work so that their coworkers, classmates didn't know that they were dating. So like a secret relationship.
Right.
But then there were rumors going around that they were dating, and so there were negative implications from that.
It sounds like, yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Continue.
Alrighty. So this OP is saying that himself and this girl M blame her coworkers and speak negatively about the coworkers. M is telling OP that interns/minors were warned. It says for me, but I'm thinking he means of me. Mm-hmm. Interns/minors were warned of me as I fuck anything I get my hands on. Interns reported to the team leader that I was hitting on them. When asked for names, none could be given because excuses. Her team only talked shit about me and spread rumors.
Hold on.
These are the things that were being brought up to him from M. It sounds
How old is he?
28.
And she's 24.
Yes.
Okay. And they don't mention like positions, right? Or they were both in for the apprenticeship.
Yes. At this point, yes. In the story. At this point in the story.
Okay. That doesn't make any sense then, because I was like, the last paragraph you just read, I was like, oh, maybe he's a manager or someone of like a higher position. So then they were like,
right, and that would be so problematic.
They'd be like, oh, he's gonna get his hands
still
on
problematic otherwise, but
like apprentices, whatever. But if they're both in the same program, what?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm pretty confused at this point. But it says, I got placed on M's team in the past weeks. I have heard claims that could damage my future since I work with extremely vulnerable people. This leads me to believe she, being M, has made up the drama and told me about it to be vindictive and abuse my fear. And I have lost an internship due to rumors before. Side note, grandson of a notorious man in this small rural community. And she, M, was aware of this. So I'm guessing just his family lineage has some skeletons in the closet, it sounds like. Maybe these rumors they were talking about initially were not regarding M. Not totally sure. It's not clear.
This is okay.
But after this, he says, M has told her team that 1. I had sex in public with her after the date on a wooden bench with extreme details. 2. She had to block me on Facebook because I would harass her if I found out she was pregnant. I am still obsessed with her and would often send her explicit pictures while intoxicated. And 3. I made classmates awkward because I would follow her like a lost dog or try to sexually touch her when seated next to her. None of these things ever happened. Last week, after a fire safety drill, I ignored her when she told her team I was being rude and distant to her because I was jealous she was pregnant with another man. I got offended that she was actively trying to paint a false image of me, and I reported her to my manager in HR. I also kept some proof from the WhatsApp conversations, and she may lose her internship/job. I feel guilty because I really did like her at the time, and I do not want to deny a baby that has nothing to do with this to be provided at the start of their life. Am I the asshole?
So she is pregnant with not his kid?
Right. So it sounds like they went on this date, were kind of like, no, maybe not. But they kept a friendship out of it. And her team didn't like him due to rumors, which it sounds like the rumors have to do with his family lineage and maybe not as much about their possible date. But that part's still not very clear.
Right.
And then recently he gets told that on her team there's rumors about him not being allowed towards minors because he will fuck anything he gets his hands on. He was hitting on a team leader and the whole team was talking shit about that essentially. Then he gets placed on the team and comes to find out that she was talking about their date, and as far as we know, this one instance date that they went on, painting this false narrative of him being a hypersexual person and hitting M up on social media, sending explicit pictures, and getting violently upset because she's pregnant with another man. And the OP is claiming that none of that is true. And she's spilling all of this to her team, which he is now a part of as well.
Wow. A lot to unpack there. A lot less simple than I initially thought. So I guess starting from the beginning, they're both in the same program for the same position, taking classes together, whatever.
Yeah.
what strikes me as interesting is that even from the beginning, he didn't want anyone to know about it. Now, I don't know what the reasoning behind that was, if it was because of rumors or whatever.
Yeah.
But if anything, that feeds into the rumors, like wanting their relationship to be secret, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. If I was like interested in a guy, right, at work, and then we like went on a date and we both were like, hey, let's go on more dates. And then he was like, I don't want you telling anyone that we're going on a date. I'd be like, then we're not going on a date. Because obviously it's either like you're embarrassed of this, like, or you're hiding some sort of information. Like, that's a red flag to me just off the bat. So not entirely sure if she was like okay with that, or M was like, okay, that's fine.
Yeah, we don't get her side on that, unfortunately.
Yeah. But then what's curious to me is that, like, how did he get the reputation or whatever rumors were spreading about him before? Because then it could not totally...
Before retelling of the date?
Yeah. Because then if his coworkers or her coworkers were like, oh, so you went on a date with him? Like, oh, be careful because he's blah, 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 blah. Like, if those rumors were already out there, then you can't completely blame the girl for maybe telling her own experiences or so. I don't know if her experiences are true per se, but if the rumors were going around that he's hypersexual, whatever, then, like, I don't know. You can't get mad at their coworkers for having those opinions if those were the rumors that were going around. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's not clear because he says, it says he had troubles getting his diploma due to rumors. So I'm wondering if those rumors had to do with, some type of hypersexuality again, and that takes root for what M was saying. Not to say that what M was doing is right, but, like, is that where she's pulling from? Or were those rumors initially that he was talking about that led to him having troubles getting his degree, are those specifically from his family lineage that he was talking about towards the end, where he says, I'm the grandson of a notorious man in a very small rural community? Because especially being in those small rural towns, right, like, you can't move without the whole town knowing, you know? Like, everyone knows everyone else's business and rumors fly like crazy. So I don't know. I think just without diving deeper on whether, until we know why those other rumors were founded about him, like you said, this, like, the sexual context, assuming that we don't know what that is, and without where that's founded, and he is saying that it is not true, and especially about the sexual details that she is giving into, just going off of that, her giving these sexual details that never happened, and painting this picture between her and OP to not only her team, but both of their team, because now he's on the same team. I would say M is the asshole. Like, him reporting her, that makes... I don't know. Like, now that I didn't even think about the possibility of, where are these accusations coming from until you brought it up just now. So I was just thinking, M's a dick. Like, you should report her. It sucks that she will lose her maternity leave for that, but should have thought about that before throwing wild accusations around. According to OP, of course. We don't have enough details about that.
Yeah, and we don't really know, since we're missing all of the context on what went down between them, like what their dates were like, how, like, they really felt about each other, you know, all that stuff. He kind of went from, we went on a couple dates, didn't want anyone to know because of these rumors. All of a sudden, more rumors are here. Like, it could have been, if the dates went well, right, then this would definitely be out of pocket. Like, why is she adding flames to the fire, right? Why is she...
Especially if they were thinking about pursuing it sounds like it went at least well enough where they thought about pursuing more dates or a romantic relationship in general.
Yeah, and he said it skipped 3 years, like 3 years fast forward.
Yeah.
So if they were committed... Well, I'm actually not sure. Did they say that they wanted a kid, or she was mad that... Or she was pregnant with someone else's kid?
She is currently currently at the time of this posting, pregnant with another man's child, yes.
Okay.
So there's no context about whether OP wanted a child or if that was ever a conversation with them. It does say that after they decided not to engage and they basically watered down contact in general. They were still classmates, so they would kind of interact, vent to each other about work and school, but it doesn't sound like they had much interaction outside of that for those 3 years.
Okay. Oh, for those 3 years. Okay. So then...
Yeah, because it says, the start of the interaction, I wanted to let her know I didn't want coworkers getting involved. That's what happened. I made it clear I didn't want to continue due to the constant interference of her team. So it sounds like he broke it off after her team was getting involved for whatever reason. But they still kept contact in a friendly manner, he says. We kept texting from time to time since we were still classmates and didn't want to make it awkward or lose the chance to vent to each other about school or work.
Yeah. I still think that's weird. Like, don't let the coworkers get involved. So it's like, if you were to date someone outside of work, would you be like, don't let your friends get involved? Don't let your family get involved? Like, that's so weird. I don't know. I
don't know. I mean, I agree. It's in a lot of working environments, they tell you, like, don't mix your romantic and personal relationships with work, right? So if they're going to work together, that's going to be sticky in general. And I think I can kind of understand where he's coming from, where he's like, if we're going to pursue this, I don't want other, coworkers getting involved because you don't want to corrupt your professional relationship. But in that case, maybe don't date someone who's also going to be in your field. But it sounds like it was only either once they've agreed on the date or right after that they found out they were going to be going to the same apprenticeship together.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, if they weren't together for those 3 years, then why is M going around spreading more rumors then? That doesn't make sense to me. I think I was under the impression that they were together all the way up until the end. So yeah, it doesn't make sense. Like, if you were to, I'm assuming you broke it off, you're still amicable enough to talk to each other every once in a while, keep it civil, then why go around spreading these rumors about someone to damage their image unless it's for a vindictive reason?
Absolutely. I mean, maybe it's vindictive, and because they were in the same apprenticeship supposedly, so are they competing for the same job? That's not clear. And what I also don't get is he says there were some issues getting his diploma due to rumors. Not hopefully, but given what we find out later about him being the grandson of some notorious man, maybe that is what caused the issues. But this is now at the current mark, and he's finding out that interns are being warned about him. He was hitting on a team leader, like these other lies. So if those lies are happening now, I wonder if they have been happening for the last 3 years. And has M been talking about this for 3 years then?
Oh, she must have.
While they've been...
Especially, probably she knew about the rumor before, right? About how he had trouble with the diploma, his grandfather. And so she probably took advantage of that information and was like, if I say this, it's obviously going to be believable because look at his track record.
Exactly, yeah. That's what I'm thinking. Because he also says the logic of how this is written is a little bit convoluted to me personally. But later on, he does say that she was aware of this the entire time, of his history being the grandson. So that makes me believe, she knew this, and she knew, exactly like you said, knew this information, knew if she warped a certain storyline that it would be believed.
Yeah. And then especially if you have your coworkers involved, then they can vouch for you, which is like you were saying, what benefit, unless they're competing for the same position, does she have for creating a false image of him? And even if you were competing for the same position, why would you bring that into that image
your
into the workplace? Say he's a bad worker, say he's lazy,
Yeah.
Say he didn't meet
of all the lies.
Yeah, instead of being like,
to paint.
He's jealous that I'm having another guy's baby, he's hypersexual, he's touching me inappropriately in the workplace. What?
He can't be around minors. You're making a predatorial, is that predatorial?
Yeah.
Predator accusation on this person, and that can stay on him. That can track him. Not only that, doesn't really ruin his chances in this job, especially if they live in a small rural town. That'll get around, and now he can't get any job.
I mean, so it's now, I think if you're fired from a job, they have to list the reason why. So if she's trying to get him fired for sexual assault in the workplace, that's going to transfer to, even if he does leave the rural town, and they'll be like, why did you get fired?
That'll be on his track record.
And be so he's basically going to be on one of those lookout lists, right? of, hey, this guy is a sexual predator, that's gonna turn his world upside down, especially if he's not. And I don't want to make assumptions, but I think that like if he had grown up under the image of his grandfather, I'm assuming, who is also a predator or something along those lines,
to found some of these rumors. It sounds like maybe,
these rumors are fueled by his grandfather's actions,
something
in a similar vein. So he was probably trying to get away from that, because that's not who he is as a person. And so to just pile that back onto him when it's not true, that's horrendous. Sorry, it took me a really long time to like piece together that information.
No, it was he kind of was jumping between like relevant information at the end that could have easily clarified stuff at the beginning, and I probably should have read this more in depth before reading it to you. I just kind of looked at the tagline at the beginning and like a little bit at the end, and I was like, ooh, want to get in on this.
But just say he is a bad worker. Say that he doesn't meet his deadlines. Say that he, I don't know, isn't a proper fit for the culture of the team. I don't know, but like, don't go straight to he's a sexual predator. So I totally agree with his actions by saying, hey, going to the manager, like, she is creating purposefully a hostile work environment and
totally
like shitting on my image and my name when these things are not true. And especially when those rumors are to that extent, you know?
Yeah, totally. And I will applaud him. It sounds like he didn't interact with her and he went straight to management. Because, bro, if someone was cussing my name around, like, at the workplace, it would take... I would hope I would react as professionally as he did, you know? But it would be so hard, especially with such a serious accusation like that of saying that he's a predator. It's wild. And I understand why he feels bad, because he's like, you know, I don't want her to be jobless and with a child. But I think that just shows your empathy. She's the asshole. M is the asshole in my mind. Like, just given this information, of course. Like, she's been slandering you as a sexual predator for 3 years in your own work environment. And that's
also
not
applause
okay.
him for sticking around that long.
Well, it sounds like he wasn't aware of it until recently. It sounds like, because he says fast forward 3 years and now apparently her team has this image of me, and then I joined the team, and I find out that they have been told about this one date and all of these happened on this date, and since then
she's like, we had sex in public, like when he's like, we made
on
out.
The bench.
2 different things for sure.
And I think what's even worse about that is it makes it so much harder. Making these sexual assault false claims makes it so much harder for real victims to come forward when they need to. Again, we're taking OP's word here, so given what he has told us, like, nothing outside. I mean, we're not directly told if it was consensual, but it sounds like it's implied that it was consensual. But the fact that we had sex out here on this wood bench and with extreme details, like, she's painting it as such a graphic scene. So it makes it so much harder, for real victims to come forward. And that's why, even more so, I'm like, nah, you fucked up, Em.
And what, like, why does she want that type of attention either?
Dude, no ideas.
Like, what made her want to be like, oh, let me tell everyone about how horrible this guy is in the workplace. If it's really not affecting you at all, like, what other motivation did you need to shit on him?
What do you get out of this?
I don't know. Have there been any developments?
No, it doesn't seem like it. Just a lot of people saying that she's the asshole for making a hostile environment, and people basically saying like, OP, you really learned the hard lesson of don't shit where you eat. People are like, you really learned don't shit where you eat, but not the asshole. And that kind of seems to be the consensus, with some variations of upsetness at M.
Yeah, dude, some girls can get real crazy in those situations.
I don't understand. One person, should I be saying the thread names? I will link the thread names in the description. But one commenter says This girl was never your friend. She started spreading rumors and lies after the first date. She wanted to ruin your reputation because she was pissed at you for just wanting to be friends. She involved coworkers because she knew that was your weak spot. She was toxic and does not deserve further consideration or pity from you.
Dang.
What's also important to note here is I was just scrolling through this so quickly. I can't remember if it was said in the original post. I think it was that whatever work that they do, they work with vulnerable populations. So this claim is even more crippling.
Yeah. What is it? I wonder what that means.
I'm thinking some type of like social work.
Yeah.
Social work, counseling, that sort of a thing. Which would be that's kind of what I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Off of the top of my head. And with those types of claims, that's even more detrimental.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's so stupid.
But what do you think? Is he the asshole?
I don't think he is the asshole. If that's how she deals with rejection, like, damn.
Good luck to this baby daddy.
Yeah, Jesus.
And actually, no, I don't want to go into that because I was like, we don't even know if this is her husband. You know, like, what's the story with the baby?
Yeah. Unfortunately, yeah, there's a lot of missing detail from the other guy, how he is involved in getting her pregnant, all that stuff. So.
But that aside, just, you should get her fired.
Yeah.
That's consequences of her own actions, I think. All right. Do we want to do one more?
I think so.
Okay. So this one is, am I the asshole for searching my husband's pants without asking him first? For context, my husband, 33, used to be unemployed for a year, and he has recently just started a job at a warehouse. So yesterday, while I was about to do the laundry, I grabbed his work pants and dig my hand into the pockets to empty them before putting them in the washing machine, like I always do. My husband just happened to be walking by when he saw me searching his pants pockets. He rushed in yelling at me to put his pants down. I had already folded a piece of paper out, but he snatched it and started screaming at me about how I had no respect for his privacy and that I shouldn't be getting my hands on his things. I'm genuinely dumbfounded, and I told him to take it easy. I always do this before laundry. He lashed out at me, saying I had no right and I should have come to him and asked him first because he was worried about important documents getting lost, like the one I had just pulled out. I said important documents shouldn't be inside his pants pockets and asked to see the paper, but he said he wouldn't show me. I asked why, and he said I don't get to ask him jack shit after I disrespected his privacy. I almost laughed because what privacy does he have in pockets? It wasn't like a stranger was digging into them. He refuses to speak to me and later brought a new closet with a lock and moved his clothes inside of it. I asked if he was serious, and he said this will teach me to respect his privacy and deter me from snooping.
Oh, no.
Then he went back to not speaking to me. I'm genuinely confused. Am I the asshole?
Nope. Dump his ass. Dump him.
Dump his ass. This man is sus as shit. He is hiding something. That was a girl's phone number. Like, that had to have been, like...
Yeah, in what world?
Or a man's. Like, it was someone he is hoeing around with is their number.
What's funny is that literally right from the title of this one, I'm like, oh, you do that before laundry. Like, I do that all the time.
That's exactly what I thought too.
Yeah. Like,
yeah.
I'm like, that makes sense. Like, unless it's outside of her doing laundry, then she's not the asshole. That was literally my initial thought. So the fact that, yeah, obviously you want to make sure that like no keys, electronics, you know, headphones, whatever are in your pockets and have like, because they'll go through the wash. So that's not suspicious at all. The suspicious thing was that he got so upset from a little piece of paper.
Yeah. Also, like she asked him, what important documents is this little piece of paper? It's not like it's a paper. It's a piece of a paper.
Yeah.
You know?
Like,
that was able to fit in his pocket.
Yeah. What I'm at a loss for words. That's so stupid.
What important documents are you putting in your pants pocket? Like, I get it. Guys' pants, so many pockets. Even cargo pants, you have so many pockets. But despite that, there is no cargo pants pocket that I am aware of that is large enough to keep important documents or that you would want to keep important documents in your pants pocket.
Yeah. the fact that he got so freaking defensive right off the bat too. It wasn't like
red flag. It's such a red flag.
He could have been like, oh yeah, sorry, that was like a piece of paper from earlier, you know, like I'll throw it away. If he was trying to keep it secretive and like go with the rouge, right? Like,
okay,
like imagine she pulls out the piece of paper, he walks by, instead of being like, what the fuck are you doing in my pockets? Just be like, oh, like if she probably wouldn't really have even like looked at it, right? And she like would have crumpled it up or thrown it away.
Yeah, it sounds like she was just like an autopilot, just dumping out pockets.
And if she were to like, I don't know, if there was a phone number or whatever, just be like, oh yeah, like coworker gave that to me today. I don't know, like try to, if you really wanted to keep it a secret, don't freak out.
Yeah.
Like
first thought, yeah.
I don't know. Even then, he's obviously in the wrong. And then to go to the extent of being like, I'm going to put all my clothes in this lockbox. Like, what?
Dude, exactly. That's the biggest part I can't get over. Is not only did he freak out, the biggest even if somehow you figure out how to paint that as like, oh, he's hiding something, but not in a sus way. Even if you try to paint that down, the fact that he fucking locked up his clothes, this man is hiding something, or he's an egotistical narcissist.
Yeah.
There's some type of...
There isn't no way, shape, or form that he is not hiding something.
Yeah.
And what is he going to do? Do his laundry by himself now? Unlikely.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, how dare she do his laundry for him and help him out? Like... And it sounds like she does this all the fucking time. She was just like, I was doing laundry, as I do. And with the context of he was unemployed, it sounds like she was doing this to help him out because he just started his job. Maybe that's very assumptionist, but still, like, taking it off of just the face value, she was just literally doing the laundry.
Bro.
And emptying the pockets, which it sounds like such a normal thing.
Sus.
There's no way she's the ass. Divorce his ass.
Yeah.
And if you're not that drastic, at least hire a PI.
Truly. Like, what the fuck is so important on that piece of paper that I can't...
locks up their laundry? And to take this small piece of paper, blow it out of proportion, and be like, I'm gonna lock my laundry. I'm gonna lock up my clothes. Not allowed to my stuff.
Nope. Yeah, that was the easy one. She's definitely not the asshole.
She's definitely not the asshole. I can't imagine in any way where we're missing context from this where that would be critical to change my opinion on that, truthfully. What someone also pointed out is another commenter on this thread says, my first thought was that he didn't actually, quote, start working at a warehouse. I didn't think of an affair, but more that he just got into something illegal. And so maybe he's like trying to hide some type of illegal shit over her. And then they edit later and they say, an affair doesn't explain why he bought a closet with a lock. He wouldn't need to hide an affair. He would need to hide things related to his new, quote, job from his wife. So maybe he's not... Okay, that's an interesting spin. I didn't think of that. My first thought definitely was, someone's number. Which, someone's number in a romantic cheating aspect, but maybe it was like someone's number for...
a drug lord.
Illegal activity. Yeah, who's to say? But still, that's an interesting point that maybe he's locking up more than just clothes.
But even then, like, if you're getting into something fucking illegal and it's gonna blow back on me, it's still suspicious no matter which way you twist it. Mm-hmm. But, like, I would still, I don't know, like, she's definitely still not the asshole, because if an affair is bad, getting involved in an illegal drug ring, whatever illegal situation, I could probably say in some cases that could be even worse.
Yeah. You're gonna throw my ass in jail too, like...
Yeah. And now I'm suspicious. And now I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. A lot of red flags wavering, and I'm so curious as to what has happened since then.
Yeah.
Like, do we know what it was? What was on the paper? I don't know. This was only 23 hours ago, though, so...
Ooh, maybe we can do a follow-up.
Maybe. That would be super sick.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's so... Oh, I want to know now. Crazy. But if you guys liked this Am I the Asshole edition, send us some more threads and maybe we'll do another one. I don't think we'll make this a permanent thing because this podcast isn't meant to be one of those Am I the Asshole threads. I really enjoy them, but I don't think that's what we want for our podcast specifically. but maybe we'll do them as a every once in a while thing. Really interested what type of Am I the Asshole threads you guys get caught, or Am I the Asshole stories, sorry, that pique everyone else's interest, because I'm always so curious about them. If you find any very interesting, please email it over to us, themidnightmemo@gmail.com, or message it to us on Instagram or TikTok at @themidnightmemo. Anything else, Claire? Any other closing thoughts?
No. I think this was pretty interesting, though. It lets me live out my drama dreams through someone else. I live vicariously through these people. I hate drama myself, but this was very interesting.
I know. That's why I love watching videos of people reading and reacting to these threads, because it's so interesting living vicariously through these people. I'm so sorry for them, but I'm also like, wow.
Yeah.
People be wilding out here.
Truly.
Yeah, thank you guys for joining us. Be sure to follow us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts so you can be notified when our next episode drops next Tuesday. Please feel free to rate us on those platforms. It really helps us out to get some visibility. And if you really want to support the podcast, there's a link in our description. Go check it out. Am I missing anything?
I think you got it.
Sicko mode. All right. Well, hope you're not going to be an asshole today.
Yeah. And if you deal with any assholes out there, let us know. Tell us your story.
Yeah. I hope you have an asshole-free day.
Yes.
Ooh, that sounded weird. No, I'm going to take that out. Okay. Anyway.
All right.
All right. Bye.
Bye.